the beginning of my journey, I always wondered, how did I know whether I was clairvoyant or if I had some other spiritual or psychic gift? Today, I am going to tell you exactly how to know whether you are clairvoyant or not. Hi, I'm Erin-Ashley with Erin-Ashleycoaching.com, and this is another episode of Psychic Sunday. What is clairvoyance? Clairvoyance is a term that means clear vision. So with clairvoyance, it is referring to receiving intuitive information in a visual form. So if you get vivid dreams, if you see images in your meditations or when you're relaxing, if you see scenes or swirls of color, all of these are things that happen whenever you are clairvoyant. So the signposts for clairvoyance, this is what I see most often in my clients. So if you are a visual learner, you may be clairvoyant. So if you need to see something, an image or something along those lines in order to learn, if you have to look at pictures or graphs, that is a sign that you might be clairvoyant, because your body likes to receive intuitive information the same way that it likes to receive information whenever you are learning. Your body is processing the information, whether it is intuitive information or a learning exercise. So pay attention to your learning style and you will know what your gift is. So if you're a visual learner, you are likely clairvoyant. If the aesthetics of a room are very important to you, you may be clairvoyant. So if a cluttered room makes you automatically feel stressed, if you feel that tightening inside of yourself and it's very noticeable, very palpable, then this is a sign that you are clairvoyant. Also, if you tend to notice colors in a room, the way that it's set out, if feng shui is a passion of yours, those are all signs of clairvoyance. If you have vivid dreams, this is another sign of clairvoyance. Again, if you think about it, it's all about how your body and your mind processes information. If your subconscious mind is very good at processing information through dreams and giving you messages through dreams, that is very normal with someone who is clairvoyant. If you see solutions in your mind's eye, if you have a question or a problem that you're working through and you visually see it inside of your mind, and you get solutions in that way, you may be clairvoyant. And as we mentioned before, if you prefer to have information presented visually, like charts and graphs, that is also a sign of clairvoyance. All right, so how do you develop clairvoyance? Let's say that you checked off all of those or just a few and you want to know how to develop this skill better. Can you do it? Absolutely. If you have even the teeniest bit of clairvoyance within you, then you can develop it and strengthen it. It's just like any other muscle. It's a psychic muscle, so if you practice, it will get stronger. So in order to develop your clairvoyance, I always recommend that you start with a 5-minute relaxation meditation. I don't want you to focus on getting too stuck here. I don't want you to focus on the perfect meditation. The only purpose of this is to relax, to let your mind calm down, and to allow your body to relax. Once you have relaxed, then you want to raise your vibration. Now, if you are clairvoyant, the best way to do this is to imagine walking up a staircase. And with each step, you'll imagine going to a higher and higher vibration. As you go up the staircase, just feel and see yourself in this higher and higher vibration. Once you feel like you're in a really high vibration, you're feeling happy, you're feeling peaceful and content, ask for a vision. It can be any vision. Don't get too specific here. Not at the beginning anyway. You can ask specific questions later as you get better at this and as you get more used to it. But just ask for a vision, just what message wants to come through. And this is really important. You do not, at this point, want to analyze. Leave that for later. You can always throw it out and decide that everything you did was crap. But for this part, just observe. Whatever you see, if it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense, just observe what you see. If you see color swirls, pay attention to what color, which direction they're swirling. Just observe. And you want to record your observations. So write it down. You can write it down while you're seeing it if that doesn't get you out of your meditation, or you can write it down as soon as you're done with your meditation. Either way is fine. You just want to get as many details down as possible. And again, don't get into the meaning at this point. Just write down your observations. The meaning will come later. Okay, then you'll come back to normal conscious awareness. And you want to, at the end, once you're back in the conscious awareness, by the way, in order to do this, just like you raised your vibration by walking up the staircase, going back down the staircase will help you get grounded again. So just imagine going down the staircase, and you can keep that feeling of happiness and peace. You just want to feel completely centered within your body. So once you're back to normal awareness, read over your notes, or if you haven't taken the notes yet, write them all down, and then take a few minutes break. If you haven't, just take a break between the observation and the analyzation part. So once you've taken that break, then you can go and read through the notes and see what message is there for you. A lot of times just reading it is going to give you the meaning behind it. And you can read it out loud in order to understand what it's saying. So if you see yourself struggling really hard to row a boat up a stream, if you think about it, that visual is showing you that you're working really hard to go upstream. You're not going with the flow of life, right? And if you say it out loud, all of a sudden it makes sense. But if it does not make sense, go ahead and send me an email. If you do not understand your vision and you've tried looking at it and analyzing it and it just doesn't make any sense to you. For instance, if you saw a bunch of swirls and upon reflection you're like, I just saw swirls, that doesn't mean anything to me, don't worry. Email me at ea@Erin-Ashley-coaching.com, and what I will do is I will email you personally a vision interpretation technique. That way you can use it to translate your vision into something concrete and actionable. So no matter what it is, if you don't get it or if you feel like there's a little bit more depth, go ahead and send me an email. I'll be happy to help you. And that wraps up our episode for today. So my question for you is, do you have a technique for developing clairvoyance? Comment on the blog and share. All of the readers will be very happy to know. And the community is fantastic. So even if you just have a comment or an insight, make sure to share it there. I read all the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Psychic Sunday, and I'm Erin-Ashley with Erin-Ashley-coaching.com. Visit the website to get more good stuff on psychic development. I love you all, and I will see you next week.